Hello, Taurus. Goodness, I just hit record without looking at. All right, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for August 2021. It's actually kind of post Lionsgate, which is the gate is closing today. This is the 12th. It's going to be post Lionsgate through up to the middle of September. And so, yeah. So about the next 4 to 5-ish weeks. Okay, Taurus. So let's get a gauge on what's going on with you. I'm doing things a little differently. If you've not already watched any of the August videos, I'm going to start with the Magdalene Oracle and pull an overall energy card for the whole reading, okay? Now, this kind of tripped me up with Capricorn because Capricorn's reading was crazy, but we're gonna see if it works. Let me see if my microphone is good. All right, so Taurus, let's get an overall energy card for you for August, for post Lionsgate into September 2021, in your highest good always, from the highest vibration of the cosmos. Let's get a card to get us going here. All right, that's cool. Ooh, gratitude. Gratitude, but there's actually a lot going on in this card. So whenever I see a woman in a red dress, that makes me think of Mary Magdalene, which immediately makes me think divine feminine. So there's a lot of divine feminine energy going on here, a lot of root, a lot of solar, a lot of throat chakra healing. Okay. All three of these very, very connected. And it's actually very pink. Her dress is actually more pink, which is unconditional love, which is heart chakra, which is the divine feminine's superpower. So that works too. I have a dog. Hello, dog. I have 2 dogs. All right, because I know you want to see him. Hera. There's Max and Hera. Oh, my goodness. McCoy, can you come get the dogs out of here, please? I guess I didn't close the door all the way. Go on, Maxie. Go on, bud. Thank you. All right, it's still not closed all the way, but that's okay. We got this. We got this, Taurus. Okay, so that's a really beautiful card to start with, and I feel like so your overall energy is going to be gratitude. And gratitude brings about amazing, amazing healing and just amazing up-leveling. And of course, that is healing, right? But what I'm getting right now, and of course, we'll expand on it because it's more is going to come out as we go on with your reading, is that you're really going to be, and this is not saying what I try to tell everybody in all these readings, what comes through is not something that you need to be like, you don't need to listen to these readings and be taking notes and be like, okay, I need to focus on this. I need to focus on that. That's not the point of the information that I convey. What I'm telling you is what's coming, and you are going to be able to respond or react, right? You're going to be able to sink or swim. Okay. There's nothing really to prepare for in a way, if that makes sense. It's like, I'm not saying this is what you need to hunker down. You need to batten down the hatches and you need to be ready for this. What I'm saying is no matter what, you have everything you need and this is what's coming. And because you know what's coming, you're able to respond versus knee-jerk react, right? And so you are just going to naturally, you're just going to all by yourself be in more gratitude. Okay, so let's get the grid going, and I'm going to switch to this beautiful deck. For most of the grid, I've been doing the Fairy Forest deck. It's been serving me very well. You guys, I think, are the 9th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is my 9th reading for this month. I know I still have 4 to do after this. So we're going to get the grid going. Give me the first 6 cards. We're just going to do it. We're just going to go for it. Give me the first 6 cards of this grid, please. Okay, give me the center card first. Cool. We're going to get the center of the grid card first, and then we're going to go from the top down. Yeah, it's going to be cool. Cool. That's different than the other signs, so you guys are getting a different message, and that's good. No. Oh, okay. All right. One just flipped over and I rejected it, but I wonder if the message will still come through, you guys, I promise. I can reject all the jumpers and flippers in the world and the message will still come through. All right, so let's get going. For Taurus, in their highest good, please. And let's get the center card first and then the beginning of the grid. of the story grid. Sure, why not? Boop. Then I'm going to go like that, and then I'm going to go doop, doop, doop. Ooh, me likey so far. Okay, so I had one in reverse. I don't read reverse. The message comes through. This is your center card, Taurus. Very powerful, very masculine, very ancient. Okay, good card. 15, which breaks down to a 6. 6 is not a bad number. It's not evil. It's not from the devil. 6 usually comes through as strengthening family ties. Now this, what I tell everybody, because it comes through for everybody and it's coming through for you, is that this is not biological family. Okay, this is soul family. Now you could have biological family who are also soul family. Okay. So I'm not saying it's not going to be biological family, but that's not what it means. It doesn't mean mom, dad, brothers, sisters. Okay. It means those people in your life who you know are your family, whether you're related to them or not. It's a deepening and a strengthening of familial relationships, soul family. And it's also just kind of a home and hearth kind of energy. It's like, yeah, it's like kind of it's like you're creating a new sanctuary for yourself, if that makes sense. We'll get more on that, but that's your center of your 9 card grid. Okay. And then, yeah, I want to start down here because this is early, mid, late. Yeah, that's fine. You got 29, which breaks down to 13, which I don't like to break that down any further. I'm sorry, it breaks down to 11. I can add. And 11 we don't break down because that's a master number for shizzle. Before the gathering, celebration, anticipation event. So this is probably where you're at right now, or you will get in there soon. In this energy of you're feeling something coming. You're feeling something coming. You don't know what it is. You have an ego voice coming in trying to get you to be afraid of it. But there's something. You have a voice also saying, no, this is good. This is good. It's okay. It's almost like you're more excited than afraid, but you feel, sorry, I just keep hitting my table. You're more excited than afraid, but you get people around you, not necessarily biological family, but other places you go, right? Friends, coworkers, you got people around you who are trying to make you afraid of it. But there's something deep inside of you that's like, no, this is going to be amazing. Okay. So it's you're definitely feeling something really good coming, and not just for you, right? Like this is something I definitely feel like you're tapping into to the timeline, to down the road a little ways. And I've been telling people too, it's like, okay, for a long time we had these 3 timelines laid out in front of us, and we were kind of bouncing around, right, to all 3. The one on the far right, I'm trying to remember now. Yeah. Okay. There were actually 4. Okay. So, and they're laid out, and actually it's almost like it was like a sharp right turn, because I see 3 and then I see this one that's gone now. That was like sharp right. This sharp right was the possibility of the AI, you guys, of the AI controlled prison matrix reality. Okay. That is gone. That fell away a couple months ago. Okay. That fell away in early June. That is gone. It's not there anymore. It's not a possibility anymore. So there were 3. This one on the far right is fading fast. Okay. It was still getting us to a good place, but it was a much longer, slower route. Like it was still taking us down a dark road for a while. Okay. It was a lot more intense and a lot more deep. A lot more people were going to be checking out, to be honest with you. That is fading really fast. I can barely see it anymore. And then we've got these 2. This one right in front of us. Obviously, it's right in front of us for a reason. It is probably the quickest route. Okay, it's the quickest route to where we want to go. Not AI-controlled prison matrix, I promise. Not a sci-fi movie. It is leading us to a 5D reality. It's already there, guys. One of my jobs as a 5D light worker is in the astral. When I'm asleep, even when I'm meditating, I am fully in the 5D, setting up for the party. Okay. So creating the 5D reality, that it's already there. It's already there. We just have to, focus and get there. And so, the party, like this is a celebration anticipation event. That's what you're feeling. And so this timeline on the left, we could still choose it. It's still going to the party. It's still going to the beautiful 5D reality, which, you know, it's not going to be the Garden of Eden. It's not going to be Nirvana, Utopia yet. That is a process, right? But we're going to have this big, huge kind of shedding and shifting, and this giant chunk of darkness and blackness and evil is just going to fall away from us, okay? Because once this one fades away completely, this one on the far right, you're getting like you're getting a free collective energy reading right now. Once this is completely gone, that cannot hold on to us anymore, this blackness, this heaviness. And so because we're going to have these two timelines in front of us, and we could choose either one. They're very, very similar. The one on the far left is just a little bit longer route. It's not going down darkness. It's just a tiny bit slower. There's something, you know, I feel like what it is this one right in front of us is people are waking up. People are waking up every day really, really fast. People are becoming aware. People are seeing what the world is truly about, and they're calling BS, right? And so they're realizing that a lot of things that they have believed in are not real, are lies. And so that's happening in this one right in front of us. And that's already, right? Like no other big event, big negative dark event needs to happen. I feel like in this left, and again, it's not terribly different because it's just one more event, right? Like in the grand scheme, what's another year, right? I don't want to take another extra year, but we'll see, right? We might need it. I feel like in this left side timeline is where they will try to fake an alien invasion. Okay, now here's the thing. I believe in aliens. It makes no sense that we're it. No sense at all. But they are going to take, you know, they have conditioned us to be afraid of all aliens for ever since movies and TVs and books existed. They want us to be afraid of any aliens coming and landing and trying to communicate with us. They want us to be in fear of that. They want us to believe that they're bad. They want us to revolt. They don't want us to know that most of the races who even give a shit about us, who are even around here, right, are good. They're benevolent. They're really, really good. And so they're going to try and fake why do you think we've been reverse engineering UFOs? Why do you think they've been experimenting on, you know, just about everything, animals, people, whatever they can get their hands on? They don't care about ethics. They don't care about, you know, they don't care about life, right? They don't care about human life. They just want their agenda to play out. And they've been experimenting on, you know, I have seen and heard and read and been told by people who saw it firsthand, you know, the awful things they are experimenting on people with animal DNA, with alien DNA, and they're creating these hybrid creatures that can't exist, that can't. It's a terrible thing. But why do you think they've been doing that? They're trying to create aliens and spaceships to use, because any benevolent race is not going to sign up to trick us into thinking they're invading, right? And so they, really quick, I'll finish this. I know, Taurus, you did not sign up for an alien lecture, right? Anyway, it's going to be all our manufactured shit. Like, it's not going to be in a real alien. There are really aliens watching and observing and helping and coming in on even more than ever. They're able to step in and help more than ever than they've ever been able to help before, because it's time to turn off this darkness, right? It's time to let go of this old reality. And so they're here to help us make this transition. But yeah, so that left timeline could just be that. But again, if nothing else, like, all it's going to do is make people go, what? No. Like, people who, here's the thing, and here's the reason why I don't want to choose that. Because I think it'll awaken people, but in a way, it's going to awaken people who don't believe in aliens, right? Because they're going to be so resistant, that cognitive dissonance within them, they're going to be so resistant to believing that aliens exist, even, that they won't even be able to accept an alien invasion. And so what it's going to do, yes, it'll wake them up to that the government is a big lying sack of shit, but then we've got to try to ease them into, hey, aliens do really exist. So that's a little bit longer path, is all I'm saying. Anyway, Oh my God. So sorry about that. That was a little bit of a hiatus, but here we go. So your first card in your grid, you're feeling it. You're feeling something big coming. You're feeling something really exciting coming. Let yourself feel that. Okay. Don't feel bad just because you're not in fear, but just because you're not as afraid as your neighbor. Okay. There's a reason. You're not ignorant. You're not stupid. You're not in avoidance. Okay. You just know that what's really coming, the thing that you're feeling in your energy, is something good. And so you're excited about it. Okay. Let yourself feel that. So the next card over, if we go to the right, is 32, which breaks down to 5, which is big change, right? Big change coming. Understandable. But it's the fairy godmother card, revelation, discovery, epiphany. So, a lot of us who have been on this awakening journey a while, 8 years for me, we think that, oh, well, there's no, we see the lies, we see the deception, we see through the veil, we're seeing, what is illusion and what isn't. I'm telling you, there are still things we don't know. So there's going to be more revelation, more discovery, more epiphany coming out. And a lot of it's going to have to do with ascension, not necessarily, so much of us want like this disclosure to happen, right? But really what we need to be focusing on is the ascension within us, okay? That disclosure, that's going to happen, and it's happening. It's just people aren't, the cognitive dissonance is because they're not doing the inner work, and they're not going to be able to avoid that much longer, okay? Even though it's dead asleep still. If they're going to hang with us as we go into 5D, they have got to start doing the work. The dog is back. Hi, honey. Okay, stop licking the carpet and go find your boy. So anyway, yeah, so there's still stuff for us to be revealed that we will go, what? And just imagine the people who aren't aware of any of it yet. I feel for them. But there's going to be new. And the cool thing about it is, I always say to people, I hope that I never stop geeking out about synchronicities and about truths that come out and about, things that aren't like the horrible stuff, right? But the truths, in a lot of ways, we're like, yes, like we want all this truth to come out. But again, what's coming, the revelations that are coming are about the ascension within, and the balancing and marrying the masculine and feminine within, okay? And so it's not going to be these big kind of aliens are real and the other stuff that I don't want to say because they'll take my video down. Because I'm such an influencer with my 75 subscribers. I love you guys. But I don't want to say those things. But it's not going to be so much like on the news. It's going to be more like, oh, wow, like we have been downloaded a lot of shit. Okay. A lot of downloads have come through. They're still kind of pouring light into us, but really it's our light because we're all pillars of light. We came here to anchor into the planet and to shine our light unapologetically. But what we're doing is we're accessing the stuff that has been sitting in here. Okay. Like stuff, they pour it all in. The stuff that we're not ready for will either just kind of stay up here and we'll float around our outer aura, whatever, wherever we decide to store it until we can access it till we're ready for it. And so we're going to start opening all that stuff up. It's like getting, well, I don't know why this just came to mind, but this is an easy analogy. It's like getting a book for Christmas and then it gets put away somewhere and you forget about it. And then you find it in June and you're really excited to open it and read it because you forgot that you got that book. So now we're getting to actually open the books. We're remembering that they're there and we're ready. Okay. So the next row up, I really should, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Magdalene deck and get the last row because I want to I want to do all of this at once. All right, Taurus. Good, because I want to do all the last readings like this too. So let's finish this grid. Please, Spirit in Taurus is highest good always. Let's do this. And you've got another master number. You have 2 master numbers. It's really good stuff. So we'll get there. Let me get the last 3 cards, please. Yeah. Okay. Oh my goodness. So many repeat cards. There's a lot of similarities going on in the energies. It's even in the same spot. That is crazy as Capricorn. All right. So again, remember, this is your center card, right? This is you. This is your energy coming through as a wide, old, ancient soul, who is, it speaks to that information, right? That you're going to be cracking open. It's new and it's ancient at the same time, right? Like we're going into 5D where we're going to be experiencing a whole new way of life, but it's actually a lot of it is going to be ancient ways, right? Because it all comes back around, right? We're on a spiral. So the next card, then you've got we'll go in order now, the story, right? Anticipation of something really good and fun coming, right? Like this is you, like you're getting dressed. You're getting ready, you're getting your hair did, you're getting your nails did, you're getting beautiful for this party because you think even though your neighbors are screaming, the sky is falling, you're like, I don't think it is. I think something good is coming. And then you've got this 5 big change, this fairy godmother, which is bringing in, disclosure, but disclosure in a way of opening up new ways to move through this ascension process within easier. Okay, that's the easiest way to say that. Okay, then you go to this, guess what? Going inward and really getting kind of cracked open to this ascension. If you haven't been already, we're not done. We're not done being cracked open, is really going to take you to the next level of intimacy with the self. Okay, this card sometimes comes through as with a counterpart, but because it's just her, she's not anatomically correct. I get it. She's like a golden statue with no nipples. But this is definitely intimacy within the self. And because intimacy itself is a very feminine energy, she's depicted as a very feminine, very feminine figure. And so you're going to go even deeper in your own energy. You're really going to get to know yourself, Taurus, okay? More than you've ever. In fact, for a lot of you, I feel like you're earth signs, but you're also incredibly stubborn. What? You're incredibly stubborn and you're incredibly in your mental energy body, right? Like you like being in your mental energy body. You like kind of hiding from the other energy bodies. You have a tendency to, when things get tough, you'll engage in an activity that can help you go numb, right? Right, Taurus. So this is, I don't think you've ever really known who you are. And I promise you're going to be pleasantly surprised. You're amazing. You didn't come here to be an idiot. You're not an idiot. If you're watching this reading, you are a light worker. You came here as a change maker. You came here to really rock the boat. You came here to tear shit up, okay? The bad stuff. Bye-bye. And so we're going to go right from that into this other master number 33. We don't break that down, right? That is a beautiful, beautiful number talking about you really solidifying or opening up, expanding your connection to the cosmos, your connection to the infinite wisdom of the universe through your own intuition, really coming into the realization that you are the infinite wisdom of the universe. We're not just connected to it. We are it. We're a little tendril of it. We are an avatar of it, however you want to think of it. I know we're in a video game, right? So avatar makes a little more sense. But then I feel like people kind of disconnect then. And they imagine, oh, well, then I must be somewhere else with with a video game controller. Not really. We're here, right? We're here. We're just everywhere. We're everywhere because we are source. So this is vulva, which always makes me kind of giggle because I'm a child. I'm an immature child. Prophecy, guidance, direction. This story is really unfolding perfectly. And so you got that master number. Look at her. First of all, this intimacy card. This intimacy with self, again, not necessarily a sexual thing, although that is part of our energy, you guys. As long as we have a physical body, the body there will be activities that make the body feel good. I don't understand why we deny ourselves these things. It makes no sense. Let yourself feel good. And then I always think her look, she's got like bedroom eyes going on, like her look and the vulva. I mean, come on. So her look is always like, here I am. Here I am. What are you going to do? Right? Like, she's very inviting. I'll put it that way. Her look is very inviting. She's beguiling. So it's definitely Guidance, direction, that's always a good thing, right? But this is more like if we go in the flow, okay, so the intimacy within, obviously anything within is going to manifest something without. When you heal, any sexual trauma within, then it's very possible that you're going to attract a divine counterpart when you feel that. Because you are finally open to it. And so this could be, even though she's kind of laying there alone, she's clearly looking at someone. That's not me. She's clearly looking at someone that she wants to lay in the leaves with. Okay. So this could be, for a lot of you, if you're looking, you know what? I always say, I kind of always laugh when readers say, well, if you're looking for love, you know what? It's always when we're not looking that it shows up, right? So if you're single, right? And so I don't feel like you even have to be looking. I feel like for a lot of you who are like, no, I'm not down with that. It's going to be bam, knock you over, because you will have really cracked yourself open and gotten to know yourself, and you're gonna feel less fake to other people. You're gonna feel like more raw and vulnerable and exposed in a good way. You're gonna be able to relate to more people, and you're gonna be able to communicate on a deeper level with people in your life. And so you might be surprised, it might be somebody already in your life that comes through and you're like, where the hell did this come from? Because you have opened yourself up to it. Okay. So then we're going to keep going. This is your center card, right? This is you stepping into your power, and it's coming in right after this possible, partner coming in. And it might not be, divine counterpart doesn't necessarily mean lifelong, right? We're part of each other's lives for a time, and exactly as long as we're supposed to be. When that contract is fulfilled, then we go our separate ways, right? And so, but it doesn't mean it's not going to be amazing. Some of you it may be lifelong. Okay, I'm not saying it's not going to be. I just want you to know that it's either going to end and you'll be fine with it, or this is a lifelong partner coming in and you're really fine with it. Okay, so then you come into your power because of this realization that, oh my God, I've healed so much that now I have this beautiful partner in my life. And it's like going to be kind of an aha for you. Like, holy shit, like I did not think that you would ever, I think you never thought that you would find somebody who really got you, right? I'm telling you, this is somebody who gets you. But they're not the only people, there's not just one person. Like, this is the kind of thing that we're pulling away from as a society, is this kind of, you meet somebody, you want to spend, you like each other a lot, you want to be together, then you have to get married and sign a contract and promise to be together forever. Like, that's a lot to ask. Like, even like 2-3 years ago, I would have listened to me saying this and turned me off, because I would have been, oh, how dare she? Like, marriage is forever. But now I'm starting to see it. And, for my kids, I don't want them to ever feel trapped in a relationship. It's like, it should be, we all need to be Kurt and Golding it, you guys. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn, they figured it out a long time ago. They've never signed any contracts or legal documents. They just made a commitment to each other, right? Like to love each other and be together as long as it was good for both of them, right? And so that's what we're shifting to. So I don't want you to worry, though, because you're going to be good with, if it's meant to end, it's meant to end, and you're going to be good with that. And you're just going to be so in your own power and in your own wisdom. You're going to feel wiser than ever, I think, is what's coming. And you're really like, this is a very masculine energy. And interestingly enough, the rest of the grid is very feminine. It's all women, and then a very feminine card. And so you got this old man in the middle. So you are going to maintain your divine masculine through this next 4 to 5 weeks. You're going to really be anchored in your masculine. Okay. And what that means is you're going to be able to still do and be at the same time, because you got a lot of feminine. So there's a lot of healing, right? There's a lot of healing going on. There's a lot of intimacy going within. There's a lot of introspection. There's a lot of deep healing going on. But you're going to be anchored in your masculine, which means it's not necessarily going to be debilitating or a dark night of the soul. It's not going to be a hermiting. It's going to be more of you're going to hit kind of your stride, right? And there goes my body always confirms for me when I'm on the right track. Let me see if I have anything in here. I do not. It is empty. Um, so you're going to hit your stride as far as this healing process goes, because you're going to be like, oh, I know what this is, because you've been doing it a while, right? You're going to be like, I know what this is. I'm just going to meditate. I'm going to take a bath. I'm going to let myself cry. I'm going to look at what's slapping me in the face right now. I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow my resistance to it. I'm going to allow it to be there. I'm going to allow it to live in my energy, and then I'm going to allow it to go. Because the only way we can release anything is to stop hating, resenting it, and needing it to leave, right? You can't be in that energy and release something. You just can't. The only way to release something, to let go of something, is to love it and to accept it and to allow it. Okay. So you're going to hit your stride and you're going to realize, oh, I got this. This is not like, I actually am not necessarily enjoying it, but you are feeling empowered because you're able to still function, right? Like that's the masculine, the doing. Then you come into this super feminine card, Sophia, that is just super interesting. So, in this, in the realm of the story, of the flow of the story, it's coming through as balancing. Like you got, like, we have a tendency when we kind of are cultivating one or the other, the feminine or the masculine, we do have a tendency to sometimes go a little too far over one direction as we're finding the balance in the middle, right? And so you may try to do too much during this time. And I'm not saying you have to be flat on your back. I'm not saying you have to be in bed. I'm not saying you have to hermit or even get away or anything. I feel like you're going to be able to still engage in your life, but don't forget that even the masculine energy has to come through the heart space. The doing, the action, you're going to have confidence and courage, and it's amazing, and you're going to want to do stuff, but don't do anything. My guides are always whispering in my ear, just don't do anything that creates more karma, right? And so just make sure whatever your divine masculine is pumping you up with, that when you respond to it, when you're actually acting on something, that you're filtering it all through your heart, okay? Because that's where the masculine and feminine merge. That's where they're married. And then your response can come out in a beautiful way from love, okay? So then we go right into this elf struck, which is 18 breaks down to 9, coming to the end of a cycle. Okay, you're almost to the end of a cycle. Enchanted, beguiled, and spelled. Did I not just use the word beguiling earlier? And so the thing I love about this card is you can't really tell, but if you really look at it, this is a mask that she has just taken off of her face, and she's holding it right here. It's a mask. And so she has, and I do feel like Taurus, earth signs, we are very stubborn, and we like to hide within our own energy. We don't really want people to see who we really are because, we're just, that's just what we're like in general. And I feel like you're afraid to take off your mask because I'm recording, love. Can you close my door? The dogs opened it again. Okay. Thank you. So what's going on is you're taking off this mask, but you're taking it off very slowly, and that's fine. But I feel like there's a fear coming through that you're going to be healing. Okay, don't be afraid of this. There's a fear coming through that's coming up to be healed, to be released, of what you will look like without that mask. And I want you to just look at how beautiful she is. Okay, women and men, I don't care. You are so beautiful under all those masks that you wear. I promise you. And the world is going to see that. And you're going to, when you take that mask off, you're going to realize that all of a sudden, more soul family are going to be drawn to you. It's going to be like you take a layer of your armor off. We wear masks to feel safe. And so it's your armor, it's your protection that you are learning that you don't need anymore. And for a lot of you, it's going to be, you're going to do it even in a state of fear. And again, I don't want you to be afraid of this because, I don't want you to be afraid of the fear, right? Because that's anxiety, right? I don't want you to worry about that at all, because I feel like it's not going to take very long. It's not going to be like days, weeks, months of being in fear. It's not going to be like that. What I'm talking about is you're going to be really nervous about taking your mask off. You're going to think, what if I'm not ready? But it's going to be nagging at you day in, day out until you're like, all right, I'll take off my mask. So it's going to be something that you're being asked to do that normally, Taurus, you'd be like, nope, nope, I don't want to do that because then I have to reveal who I really am. So I'm just going to say no to that. It's going to nag you and nag you and nag you, because there's going to be part of you that's looking at what is being offered to you, this opportunity in front of you, and you're going to go, oh, I really kind of want to do that. I want to take advantage of this opportunity, but if I do, I have to be me. I have to take my mask off. And so the pros are going to outweigh the cons. You're going to slowly take that mask off, and you're going to be able to accept this opportunity and move forward in a big way in your life, okay? Because then this next card, 24, breaks down to 6, the solitary, dedication, self-love, focus. So you're going to take this opportunity and you're going to really be opened up, I think, to a new path in your life. And so this, I love this card because it's interesting. If you look at the difference between the two in the artwork, if it's, I don't know if it's hard to see, this very much looks like it's almost like a photograph, right? I mean, you can tell it's not, but you know what I mean? It's very realistic looking. Whereas this is much more watercolor, soft. You know, it's obviously not a photograph. It's this one card only in this whole deck is like this, in this fairy forest deck. And so the solitary, so I feel like, you know, Taurus, you know, you do tend to hide in your own energy, but overall, I'm trying to get a good, let me see. Well, let's look at the card. Okay, so if you notice the softness, like there's a lot of reds and pinks, but it's not overwhelming. It's not in your face. It's very soft, even though her hair is a very vibrant red and her lips are just on fire. For me, a lot of times that'll come through as these bright red lips comes through as you really starting to speak your truth. Okay. And that's a beautiful thing. Like you really have healed something, kind of a big chunk of something. I just saw like a piece of charcoal, like being flushed out of your system, out of your chakra system, out into Gaia, down into Gaia. And so that's going to really open up your lower 3 chakras so that, you know, energy can flow better, you know, anytime we heal any chakras. But I'm getting a really deep connection to Gaia here. It's like Gaia is going to give you your voice back in a big way, because she is helping you heal these lower 3 chakras. And if you look at the flowers, they're just so pretty and soft and feminine and lovely. And, you know, this does talk about self-love and focus, but the solitary, I feel like, what's coming through here? Because coming after this elf struck. Okay. Yeah. Well, 6 breaks down to 6. Like I said, let's start there. 6 comes through right as you've had a 6 already, right? Yeah. Your center card, your anchor card is a 6. So you got 2 of them. 6 is family. 6 is hearth and home. 6 is a beautiful number. Okay. It's really coming together with other people. So it's interesting that this breaks down to a 6, yet it's the solitary. So that's why I keep getting like, it's not like the solitary isn't quite right. That message isn't quite right, because what's coming through for me is you really, really cultivating a softer side of you that is actually going to attract more people to you. You know, more soul family, more like-minded souls, more people that you can forge real relationships with, friendships with. Okay. Again, not biological, but we definitely do. Some of us have soul family who are also biological family. So don't discount the biological family. I'm just saying chances are it's going to be mostly not people related to you. Okay. And, you know, this is coming too in a time when, even though that's not showing up blatantly in this reading, it's coming through in a time when we're really being asked to shed a lot of our family, a lot of our biological family, because they're just not meant to be part of our lives going forward. Okay. You know, they've got a lot of their own work to do. A lot of us were kind of transplanted into or born into families where many of their souls are going through this for the first time. They're not light workers. Okay. They didn't volunteer to come here to help. They are here ascending from 3D to 5D for the first time on a soul level. Okay. And so, yes, we're meant to help those people, but we're not meant to really feel aligned with them, right? Or to really hang with them, right? Like we're going to be hanging, you know, we're going to be hanging in the teachers' lounge with the other teachers. Okay. The students don't hang with the teachers because it just doesn't work, right? But it's a very purifying energy. I feel like get out in nature as much as you possibly can to purify your energy. You know, let Gaia take anything that doesn't belong. Let Gaia take anything that is no longer serving you. Sit under a tree. I see you sitting. I see your ass on the ground. Okay. Sit on the ground somewhere where there are trees. Not on a pavement, okay? Sit in the dirt or in the grass or on moss or whatever, on clover, you know, a bed of clover, whatever you can find, sit, and then set the intention for Gaia to help purify your energy field. Okay, just ask her to take anything and everything that you're ready to let go of that she can use, you know, that belongs to her. And so it's just a very soft, it's such a lovely, lovely card. It's one of my favorites, but it's not necessarily a solitude for you this time. Okay. It's you connecting to a softer feminine you. Okay. So Taurus, you know, you're a bull, right? It's a very masculine energy. So when your feminine comes through, it's also very masculine. It's also very kind of forceful and very, you know, women and men, again, right? Like your feminine, it's almost like you're a little afraid of that feminine side being too soft. I'm telling you to just embrace that. Even if you feel like you might be going a little too far, you're going to figure that out. Okay. Don't become so soft that you turn into a doormat. Okay. That's not the point. When you feel like that's what's happening, then you need to obviously bring more masculine through, or bring, you know, when we say that the feminine, oh, fierce feminine, that's actually masculine coming through the feminine. Okay. Because feminine is nothing but unconditional love. Masculine is really nothing but the confidence and courage. So it's like the masculine is the trusting, and the feminine is the surrendering. And together, they can do anything, right? Because they just are here knowing everything's fine every minute of the day, and whatever they do, they can create whatever they want to create. It's like a beautiful marriage of the two things that we're working so hard to get to: trust and surrender. Okay, so it's I don't know if that makes any sense, you guys, but just go with me. So anyway, your softer side, you're going to be connecting to it. Last card of the grid is Heart and Soul. This came out last night, I believe, in the Capricorn reading, in the same exact spot. So, you know, two earth signs, it makes sense. You guys are connected in that way anyway. Plus, there's just a lot of collective stuff going on. We're all kind of going through the same shit. We're just not completely aligned with each other, right, in any given moment. But we're all heading to the same place, right? We're all going to the same party. We're just taking different routes because we live in different places, right? And some of us are taking the long way. Some of us are cutting across lawns, right? Some of us are taking out lawn gnomes on our way to the party. But this Heart and Soul, I mean, what a beautiful, so this is your anticipation, right? Like your first card, you're feeling something coming, you're really excited, you're starting to prepare without even realizing what you're doing, I think. Again, don't worry about taking notes and going, okay, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. This is all gonna happen, you guys. Just know that what stuff is coming, and know, the important thing is to always respond to anything and anyone from your heart. That's really all you need to know on this journey, right? I don't have to do any of this. This is just a nicety, right, to know all these little details. But Heart and Soul, I mean, that is a marriage of, it's just a beautiful alignment and union within. I mean, you've got a lot of within, right? Like, yes, but here's the thing. The more we work on us, the more we attract soul family, and the more connections we allow, right? And so you're going to be in your own energy a lot, because it's all feminine except for this. But remember, this guy is coming through saying, but don't worry, you don't have to be in bed. You don't have to take a bath every night. I mean, you should anyway, maybe, but you don't have to try to find a secluded cabin in the woods for 2 weeks, is what I'm saying. You're going to still be able to function. You're going to still be able to go to work if you have, a normal. So many people don't anymore, but I always feel like I have to say it. If you have to go to work every day, you're going to be able to do that, because you're going to be in a kind of really good place. You're going to be really, really just kind of cruising along, and you're going to feel this healing coming. You're going to go, all right, universe, bring it. Like, whatever. If you have to go to the break room at work and cry a little bit, this is the time for you to really start exposing yourself to the people around you, and find out who is like-minded and who really isn't serving you anymore. Okay. So it's time to be raw and vulnerable in front of other people. It's time to just allow those emotions to flow. It's a lot of emotional healing coming through, because you're getting ready. And this healing is your preparation for what's coming, okay? Because you want to be so ready. You want to shed all this crap you don't need. You want to take off all those fur coats. Nobody needs those fur coats, because it's a beautiful, perfect temperature where the party is, okay? I promise. It's not cold. It's not hot. It's just right. And so this is where you're heading by the end of this 4 to 5, 6 weeks tops period. Is you're really going to be figuring out how to how to expand your soul within your space. You're going to be making a lot more room in your energy field for your soul to expand, and you're going to be not just dealing with other people from your heart space, but you're going to be living from there every minute of the day. Okay, you're going to be in that awareness of it, is what I'm saying. Again, this is not an overnight thing, right? Like, we're not going to get to utopia from one minute to the next. It's just not. I used to dream about that too and think maybe we will. Maybe we'll just wake up one day in utopia. No, sorry, we definitely have to work for it, but the work is what feeds our soul. Okay, because we're clearing away all this crap. We're finding that diamond under all the mud again, that diamond that we are. Okay, you are a diamond. So let me pull one more. I'm going to pull a final message, and then I have a beautiful deck I want to show you that a friend made that will pull a message from the cosmos for you to wrap it up. So let's get a final message for you, Taurus. For in your highest good always, a beautiful wrap-up message, please. Okay, it did the same thing. Color. Oh my gosh. You have so much good stuff coming. Like, this is a very positive message. This tells me that, you could take it literally and say, oh, you're going to start seeing more colors of the spectrum. But really, metaphorically, this is saying you have yet to live your best life, right? Like, this is coming. This beautiful, beautiful existence and new reality, where you're going to really just be able to drink it in and experience it and sink down into it. I feel like you've been living a lot of your life just trying to avoid it because it doesn't feel good. You don't want to sink into a job you hate. You don't want to sink into a relationship that you're not super aligned with or happy with, or a toxic relationship, right? You don't want to sink into that. You're going to be able to attract the things into your life, create the things in your life, create your life where you're going to want to sink in and just enjoy every minute of it. Okay. And that is the whole spectrum, right? Like, we're so afraid. I feel like a lot of people are just so afraid to feel what we perceive as negative emotions, right? When really that's part of this experience, you guys. If we can learn to experience grief, learn to experience a little bit of fear, right? A little bit of like anxiousness, nervousness for what might come because our life suddenly took a turn. We learn to experience these things with this, here we go, your overall energy card, with this gratitude energy as a foundation. So we're always like, even when you're processing something and you feel off and you feel weird, if you can be in this energy of thank you so much for this opportunity, because I know on the other side of this, I'm going to be a better person. I'm going to be more me than ever before, and I'm going to be able to really take off on my mission. Okay. So if you can feel that, even when you're feeling grief, we all in this life, we're all going to lose people. Right? Until we ourselves go. And then some people will grieve for us, right? There's always going to be grief coming. That's just the plain and simple truth, right? But we can also process grief through gratitude, because we know now, knowing what we know now, we choose on the soul level when to check out. We choose it when we're ready to go. And we can be, and knowing that we are immortal, right? Our souls and spirits, our energy is immortal. And when we leave this place, we're just going to be able to choose our next adventure. So we can be grateful in the fact that, in knowing that these people that are going on to something else that they want to do. They were done with this adventure and they want a new one. And it's not like we'll never be with them again. We are definitely going to be with them again. Energetically, that's where we're headed. We're all just coming back into union with each other. Okay. So that's that. That's beautiful. And this is the deck I wanted to show you, made by my beautiful soul sister, Anthea Spark. If you are interested in buying this deck, the link to purchase is below. She has more than just this deck. It is beautiful. It's called the Illuminate deck, and it is just simple, beautiful messages, and it's like recycled cardboard. It's just a gorgeous, I love it. It's a very natural feel, and it's a great way to end a reading. So let's get a final message from the cosmos, from the universe, from the highest vibration of source energy. Let's get a beautiful wrap-up message, please, for Taurus. I allow myself to give love. Okay, I know, well, I'm feeling this, people who are going to be pulled to watch this. You've been through some shit, right? You've been through some shit and you've locked your heart down. Okay. This is what you're working on right now, is opening that heart back up, because you know you need to. Okay. You can't lock it up forever. You just can't. Life is very dull without love, right? Without loving other people. And this is what you've got coming. It's not dull at all. This is not a black and white TV show. This is a color. This is in color. This is color vision. Okay, this is beautiful stuff coming, and you are going to get there because you're going to learn to allow yourself to give love again. And you know that you are loved. I feel like you've got people around you who love you, and it's wonderful and everything. But what happens when we shut our heart down is we not only stop letting ourselves love other people, but we can't really truly feel when other people are loving us either. You shut off. When you shut down your heart, you're shutting it all off. Okay. And that kind of makes life, you feel like you're just kind of flatlining your way through life, right? Rather than, I always said, well, when I first started my awakening 8 years ago, and I had, I used to call it my total nervous breakdown, and now I call it the beginning of my awakening, is I actually remember saying something in me knew what was coming. And I actually remember saying to God, or whoever I was talking to at the time, because I didn't know about guides or anything. I didn't know you could talk to angels. I had no freaking idea about anything. And I remember praying to God, I'm ready and I want to feel everything. I want to feel this, because I had gone so long in a numb state. Just, I was dead. I was numb. I was going through the motions of my life. And I knew that I couldn't do that anymore. And so I was asking to feel everything, and boy, have I. And so you have to be good with that, because at the bottom, you have this foundation of gratitude, because you came here by choice. You signed up for this, and this is going to be worth it. We didn't come here to suffer, right? We came here to soar, to experience love and joy. People say, oh, we came here to learn how to love. I don't know that that's true. I feel like we came to remember ourselves. We are love. We don't have to learn how to love. We are love. That's all that exists, really, is love. Okay, once we get to that point where nothing else exists but love, we will be reunited with Source, right? Until then, we have, more duality to experience. And so we're going to experience more and more levels of joy, but also coming with it is the grief and the sadness and sometimes fear, and we have to be able to feel those things, to allow ourselves to feel those things. And again, this goes along with this, right? Like, you had your heart broken, likely. You don't want to feel that ever again. I don't know what to tell you. I can't guarantee that you won't, but isn't it worth it to feel that love in the meantime? I need you to say yes. I need you to say yes. Because if you say no, then I don't know. Like, I feel like you're with me, Taurus. I feel like you're here with me. It's worth it. It's worth it. Even if it ends badly, the good far outweighs the bad, right? It's worth it. We have to experience both, or what we're doing here is useless, right? If we came here, I want you to, if you're a nerd like me and you've seen all the Matrix movies, remember that line, I think it was in the first one, where Agent Smith is talking to Morpheus. They've got him tied up right in the chair in that abandoned building or whatever. And he's telling him about when they first started using humans as batteries, right? And he says that, they thought they could just program this perfect, beautiful utopian reality into their supercomputer for the humans to live. And as he would say, entire I forget what he says, crops, I think he called it, right? Entire crops were lost. They consider us crops of humans, because their brains couldn't accept the programming. They couldn't accept pure joy and bliss. They just couldn't, because as long as we have a human body, we are choosing to experience duality in some way. Okay. And it's all beautiful and it's all delicious and it's all worth it. Because ultimately, when you work through grief and fear and pain and sadness, you are better from it. Okay. When you hide from it, when you deny it, when you try to push it down, then it's just going to keep plaguing you, right? It's just going to be there spinning in your energy all the time. We're not doing that anymore. We're not living like that anymore. Okay. We're letting these things go. We're allowing them to be there so that they can get disconnected from our energy. Okay. I'm going to allow you to spin. I'm going to allow you to make me feel sad for a little while. And then I'm going to really look at you and say, do I need you anymore? No. I'm going to allow you to leave. Okay. So it's all worth it. I promise, Taurus. Okay. I don't want this to get to an hour. I know it's close. I apologize. All right. That's what I have for you. I hope this helps. Again, this is, from now, it's the 12th today of August. The portal is closing today, the Lionsgate portal. So it's from pretty much now. You may already be feeling this kind of anticipation. All of this stuff you're going to be doing the next 4 to 5-ish weeks is preparing for the new 5D Earth, okay? The new 5D reality, because you're a big part of it, okay? You're a light worker. If you're watching this reading, you are a freaking light worker. There's no denying that. And so please watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. This is not the whole story. You want the full picture. Even if some of this didn't resonate, that's another reason to watch your sun, moon, rising, and Venus. If you feel like these messages would benefit anyone you know, please share. Please like. I like likes. I like likes a lot, but I don't do it for the likes, but I like likes. I enjoy them. If you liked this video, go ahead and like it. If you've not subscribed yet, please hit the bell. Hit subscribe, hit the bell so that you know when I've got new ones up. Right now, it's a new channel. I've just been doing the monthly for all the signs. I am doing the 13 Zodiac sign if you're curious what your chart looks like, because it would be totally different, right? In the 13 Zodiac system, including Ophiuchus, right? Tucked in right between Scorpio and Sag. There is a link below to go to a website to generate your new chart, okay? And whatever you resonate with. I've got people telling me, well, sometimes I resonate with that, and sometimes and that's fine. We're in this huge transition phase, right? And that makes sense to me that we would kind of be flip-flopping back and forth. So, but even if you don't subscribe to that, this Taurus reading, if you're Taurus, sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or if you just resonate with Taurus for whatever reason, if you just resonate with the symbol, the bull, and you watch Taurus for your own satisfaction, whether you subscribe to the 12 Zodiac or the 13, this reading is for you, I promise. I set that intention for every reading I do, okay? It doesn't matter. If you think Ophiuchus is hokey and it's just a bunch of crap and that's fine. This will still work for you, okay? So yeah, share, like, subscribe. You've got a lot of beautiful stuff coming. Again, a lot of healing. But you've got this. Remember, this is the only card you need to remember. This is you. You are ancient, you are wise, you are strong, okay? And talk about an anchor. Like, this dude is part of the earth. Like, he could not be more anchored into Gaia. So you are anchored, you are grounded, okay? Just let this healing happen. Allow, surrender. All right, I love you, Taurus. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next month.